The episode starts with Denji dreaming of being in an alley, reaching for a door. He wakes up and goes to work for the yakuza. On his way, he thinks about how much money he's made by cutting trees and selling his kidney, right eye, and one of his nuts, but still owes a lot more. His pet, Pochita, a chainsaw devil, barks, signaling a nearby devil. Denji fights and kills a tomato devil with Pochita's help. The old man who hired him promises 400,000 yen, but after fees, Denji only gets 70,000 yen, leaving him with 1,800 yen after bills. The driver wonders why they hired Denji, and the old man explains that Denji is paying off his father's debt. At home, Denji talks to Pochita about his dreams of having bread with jam, but it's unlikely since he'll die before paying his debt. He recalls his father's death, where the old man demanded 700,000 yen by the next day, or he'd kill Denji. After meeting Pochita, Denji offers his blood to save him, and they become partners. Later, the old man brings Denji to an abandoned factory for devil hunting. Suddenly, the old man betrays Denji, revealing they made a deal with the zombie devil for power, turning them into zombies. Denji is attacked and cut to pieces, but thrown in a dumpster with Pochita. Pochita merges with Denji, healing him and giving Denji his heart in exchange for seeing his dreams come true. Denji awakens, pulling a cord from his chest, transforming into a chainsaw man. He kills the zombie devil and all the zombies, vowing to be free from debt. In the morning, a woman named Makima arrives, noticing Denji's strange scent, neither human nor devil. She offers him a choice: be killed or live as her human pet. She promises to feed him, and when she mentions breakfast with jam, Denji is thrilled. While riding in the car with Makima, Denji's stomach growls. She tells him he's under her care and expects him to respond with yes or woof, as she doesn't need a dog that says no. Denji thinks she's nice, but now finds her a bit scary for treating him like a dog. His stomach growls again, and Makima offers to stop at a rest area for food, even giving him her coat since he's shirtless. Denji, touched by her kindness, believes he's falling in love with her. At the rest stop, Denji orders udon and sausage, but feels weak due to blood loss from using his chainsaw powers. He falls on Makima, apologizing. When she asks about his condition, Denji explains that his pet devil, Pochita, replaced his heart. Makima, trusting her sense of smell, tells him Pochita is still alive inside him. Denji feels happy but passes out. After waking up, he enjoys the meal Makima feeds him, even though it's soggy. Denji asks Makima her name and what type of guys she likes. She replies, Denji-type guys, making him happy. When they reach Tokyo, Makima introduces him to Aki Hayakawa, another devil hunter, and says Denji will be working with him today. Denji is disappointed he won't be with Makima, but she promises that if he does well, they can work together in the future. On patrol, Denji asks if Makima has a boyfriend, but Aki ignores him and then drags him into an alley to beat him up. Aki warns Denji to quit, explaining that people who hunt devils without real motivation end up dead. He assumes Denji is doing it to chase Makima, which Denji admits. Aki walks away, but Denji kicks him between the legs, saying that all he cares about is enjoying the simple life he now has. When they return, Makima assigns Denji to Aki's team, explaining it's an experimental unit. If Denji tries to quit or refuses to work, he'll be killed. Aki reluctantly agrees to let Denji live with him to keep an eye on him. Later, Denji and Aki go on a mission to find a fiend. Denji kills the fiend without using his chainsaw powers, saying he didn't want to make a mess. Aki scolds him, telling Denji not to show sympathy for devils. Alone, Denji reveals he just didn't want to ruin some porn magazines on the floor and dreams of touching a woman's chest. Makima assigns Denji a new partner, Power, a fiend. Denji is initially confused, but changes his mind when he notices her chest. Power is eager to kill devils, and after smelling blood, she smashes a sea cucumber devil, causing a bloody scene and laughing hysterically. While people clean up the mess from Power killing the sea cucumber devil, Makima warns Power that when public safety kills a devil that belongs to a civilian hunter, it counts as obstructing their business. Normally, Power would be arrested, so Makima tells her to think before acting and instructs Denji to keep her under control. Makima notes Power's talent with blood, but questions if she's fit to be a devil hunter due to her impulsiveness. Power shifts the blame to Denji, but he calls her a liar, leading to an argument between the two. Makima quiets them, saying she wants them to work well together. Power agrees. Later, as Denji buys a drink, Power pets a cat and mentions she only likes cats and hates humans and devils. She reveals that a devil kidnapped her pet, Meowie, and she was captured before she could save it. Though Meowie might be dead, she refuses to give up hope. Power doubts Denji understands her pain, but he says he'd do anything to touch a woman's breasts, though he understands caring about a dog. Power offers to let him touch her breasts if he helps retrieve Meowie. Excited, Denji vows to kill the devil responsible. As they head toward the devil's location, Power explains that the devil might use Meowie as a shield, so only Denji should fight. Denji recalls his pet Pochita, saying he can't pet him anymore, but keeps him in his heart. Power dismisses this as foolish self-comfort. Denji, thinking about his goal, chooses not to argue with her. Meanwhile, Makima discusses her squad's performance with the higher-ups, saying one recruit shows promise, while another seems interesting. They remind her to stay detached and use them for work. Later, Aki questions why Makima has high hopes for Denji, calling him disgusting. Makima explains that devils grow stronger based on how much fear their names inspire. For instance, a coffee devil would be weak, but a car devil would be stronger. Denji, as the chainsaw devil, intrigues her. Power leads Denji to the house where the devil holding Meowie is. As they approach, Denji prepares to fight, but Power suddenly attacks him with a blood hammer, knocking him out. She drags him inside, offering him to the Bat Devil, who had demanded a human. The Bat Devil, eager to drink Denji's blood to heal his wounds, finds it disgusting and throws him aside, but regenerates his arm. Angered by the bad taste, the Bat Devil decides to cleanse it by eating children. Power, realizing that she's been betrayed, begs the Bat Devil to release Meowie. Instead, the Bat Devil swallows Meowie, reminding Power of how she met the cat in the wild and grew attached to it. After seeing Meowie swallowed, Power turns to Denji, saying she finally understands his pain about losing Pochita. The Bat Devil swallows Power too and flies toward the city, planning to eat more humans. Clinging to the Bat Devil's leg, Denji recalls the time he lost Pochita, thinking about the bond they shared. Determined to fight, Denji pulls the cord on his chest, transforming into the Chainsaw Devil. He attacks the Bat Devil, slicing off its arms and freeing himself. As they crash into a building, Denji warns nearby humans to run. The Bat Devil throws a car with a person inside at Denji, but Denji throws it back, hitting the devil. The Bat Devil fires a shockwave, but Denji keeps fighting, cutting through debris and eventually killing the Bat Devil by slicing it open. Power is in the forest, decapitating animals and drinking their blood. Despite her love for blood, she feels a strange warmth and pleasure from it. When the Bat Devil captures Meowie and demands a human in return, Power reluctantly heads to the city to save her, even though she finds it a foolish reason. Power wakes up to find Denji holding her, surrounded by the Bat Devil's intestines. She wonders why Denji saved her, as she had tried to kill him. Denji, wanting to touch her chest, is excited but gets his arm blown off by the Leech Devil, who then starts eating it. Power is immobilized and tells Denji to escape with Meowie. Denji tries to fight, but his chainsaw is weak due to low blood. The Leech Devil, finding Denji cute, decides to let him go but plans to kill Power and Meowie. Denji and the Leech Devil fight, with Denji's rage growing. Despite his efforts, the Leech Devil pierces his chest. Just as she is about to eat him, Aki arrives and summons the Fox Devil, which devours the Leech Devil's head. Aki confirms the Leech Devil's extermination and orders a search for survivors. In the hospital, Aki tells Denji that his arm was reattached with blood infusion. He explains his contract with the Fox Devil, where he gave a piece of his skin in exchange for its help. Denji tries to reach for apples, but is stopped by Aki. Aki reveals they found Power and Denji through surveillance and a house linked to the Bat Devil. Aki says he'll ignore the incident if Denji agrees to his condition. Denji agrees and says he'll support Aki despite not having big dreams. Outside, Power waits with Himeno. Aki decides to release Power, stating that if she kills someone, it's his responsibility. Himeno agrees with Aki's decision, emphasizing that they use devils to their advantage. That evening, Aki reports to Makima about the incident. He mentions that they eliminated the Bat and Leech Devils, but didn't find the Gun Devil's flesh. Makima notes Denji and Power's progress and wonders if Aki's flexibility is due to Denji's influence, but Aki denies any change. The next morning, Aki and Denji go about their routines. Power crashes their place, criticizing its appearance. Makima calls Aki, asking him to look after Power as well. Power misbehaves, throwing away her vegetables, clogging the toilet, and refusing to flush. Denji and Aki are frustrated, but Power dismisses their complaints. Denji tries to unclog the toilet while Power offers him 3 squeezes as a reward for saving Miaoi, killing the Bat Devil, and protecting her. Denji is thrilled, thinking Power is an angel. Power lets Denji touch her, but something feels off. She reveals that she uses pads to make her breasts look bigger and allows him to touch her 2 more times. Afterward, Power leaves the bathroom feeling good, but Denji is left confused, wondering if this was all there was to it. The next day, Denji feels down, lacks an appetite, and is unmotivated while patrolling with Power. Later at the office, Makima notices Denji is feeling low. He explains that he got what he wanted, but it didn't feel as good as he expected. Denji wonders if the excitement of wanting something is better than actually getting it. Makima takes his hand and says that in situations like this, it feels better when you know the person. She tells him to pay attention to small details like the warmth of someone's hand or the shape of their ears. Then she bites his finger, asking him to remember the sensation. Makima then asks Denji for a favor. She wants him to defeat the Gun Devil. She explains that the Gun Devil appeared 13 years ago and killed 1.2 million people in just 5 minutes. Since then, it has vanished, but Makima believes Denji is strong enough to defeat it. If he does, she promises to grant him any wish. Makima reveals that pieces of the Gun Devil's flesh are scattered around. Devils that eat these pieces grow stronger, and when enough pieces are collected, they will lead back to the Gun Devil. Denji and a group of devil hunters are sent to investigate a hotel where a devil may have eaten a piece of the Gun Devil. Inside the hotel, Denji and the team encounter strange happenings, like being stuck on the 8th floor despite trying to move up or down. They realize something is very wrong, and the devil they're hunting is powerful. The mission intensifies as they face the unknown dangers lurking within the hotel. As Hirokazu walks down the stairs, the devil hunters notice something strange. Himeno tells Kobeni to make a peace sign and stay still. When Himeno goes down the stairs, she strangely comes out from upstairs again. Aki checks a room and finds that the window only leads to another room on the same floor. After some tests, they realize they're trapped on the 8th floor, unable to escape through the stairs, windows, or ceiling. Denji blames Power, but Aki explains that the power of a dead devil disappears, meaning another devil must be trapping them. Kobeni panics, fearing they'll die, and reveals her family forced her into devil hunting to support her brother. Power laughs, while Aki points out that the clocks are stuck at 8:18, suggesting time is frozen. Denji, unbothered, decides to sleep. Himeno later wakes him up and tells him that the water and electricity still work, and they found leftover food. Aki continues searching for the devil. Hirokazu is too scared to help, and Kobeni is going crazy, so Himeno knocked her out. Power, bored, fantasizes about winning a Nobel Prize and raising taxes as prime minister. Denji comments that Power is always like that, which makes Himeno relax. While watching Hirokazu and Kobeni, Himeno smokes her last cigarette. Denji notices it's the same brand as Aki's. Himeno remembers teaching Aki to smoke, saying devil hunters die young, so health concerns don't matter much. Aki insists he won't die easily, and Himeno hopes he's right. She recalls how Aki defended her when a grieving family member blamed her for a teammate's death. Aki stuck gum in the person's hair and told Himeno to stand up for herself. Back on the 8th floor, Aki returns and asks for a cigarette. Himeno gives him her last one. Denji teases them, but they ignore him. Aki then shares bad news. The devil they killed is growing larger. The group finds a mass of flesh with eyes and arms in the hallway. The devil speaks, offering to let them go if they let it eat Denji. Kobeni panics, grabs a knife and tries to attack Denji, but Aki stops her, and Himeno knocks her out. Aki can't summon the Fox Devil, and Himeno's Ghost Devil attack only makes the Eternity Devil bigger. It repeats its offer to free them if they give it Denji. Denji pulls the cord on his chest and attacks the Eternity Devil, slashing it with his chainsaws. Despite his efforts, the Eternity Devil fights back and wounds him. It mocks Denji, saying his attacks are useless because its heart isn't there. Power explains that Denji's chainsaws will retract if he loses too much blood. Laughing, the Eternity Devil taunts Denji, saying the Chainsaw Devil has become weaker over time. Denji's chainsaw arms do retract, but he bites the Eternity Devil and drinks its blood, realizing that hurting it makes even bad-tasting blood satisfying. Himeno watches Denji's wild fighting and remembers a conversation with Kishibe at Sahara's grave. Kishibe told her that devils fear hunters who are a little crazy, and that's why hunters like Sahara and others died. They were too sane and afraid. He asked if Aki was sane, and Himeno replied that anyone hunting the gun devil can't be completely normal. Later, Himeno tries convincing Aki to quit and become a civilian devil hunter, but Aki refuses. Himeno worries that Aki, who is kind, will die if he keeps chasing the gun devil. Back in the fight, the Eternity Devil knocks Denji down, thinking it has won. But Himeno uses her Ghost Devil to pull Denji's cord again. Denji stands back up, saying he has a new plan. He'll keep cutting the Eternity Devil and drinking its blood so he never runs out of energy. After 3 days of non-stop fighting, the Eternity Devil begs for death. Denji cuts its heart, killing it. The group leaves the hotel, and Denji collapses from exhaustion, but Himeno catches him. She says they'll take Denji and Aki to the hospital, while Kobeni and Hirokazu report the mission. Later, Himeno talks to Aki about throwing a party for the new members of Division 4 to help them bond. They also want to deal with Kobeni and Hirokazu, who regret trying to kill Denji and want to quit. Aki agrees to the party, noting that it should happen soon before Makima leaves for a trip. Himeno is curious about Makima's interest in Denji, especially after the Eternity Devil seemed to know something about him. At the party, Division 4 gathers for drinks. Denji eagerly waits for the kiss Himeno promised him. When she gets drunk, she kisses Denji, but to his horror, she accidentally throws up in his mouth. Everyone laughs, and Denji runs to the bathroom, feeling embarrassed. Himeno brings Denji to her place and puts him in her bed. After showering and grabbing a beer, she hears Denji wake up asking for water and gives him beer through her mouth. Himeno, a bit tipsy, suggests they be together, and Denji is unsure but considers it. However, when Himeno finds a Chupa Chups in his pocket, Denji remembers a moment with Makima. After Denji's awkward first kiss with Himeno, Makima gave him the candy, saying he'll experience many new firsts, like his first indirect kiss with a cola-flavored Chupa Chups. Himeno falls asleep, and Denji decides to save his special moment for Makima. In the morning, Himeno doesn't remember much, and Denji tells her he won't be with her as he's waiting for Makima. Himeno is relieved, saying she could have gotten in trouble if things had gone further. After breakfast, Himeno notices Denji's loyalty to Makima and proposes a deal. She'll help him get closer to Makima if he helps her with Aki. Denji agrees, and they become friends. Meanwhile, on a train to Kyoto, Makima is ambushed and shot by men as part of an operation. At the same time, Division 4 members, including Denji, Aki, Himeno, and Power, are attacked while eating ramen. A man at the shop reveals himself as the grandson of the yakuza who used to control Denji. The man, angry over his grandpa's death, pulls out a gun, shoots Denji, and attacks the others. Power knocks him down, and Aki summons the Fox Devil, which swallows the attacker. But the Fox Devil reveals something strange inside him. The man transforms, resembling Denji but with swords instead of chainsaws, and tears out of the Fox Devil. Aki summons his sword, which is a large nail, and pierces the Katana Man 3 times. Each strike is counted down by a devil. After the final strike, Aki calls the Curse Devil to defeat him. However, a woman appears and revives Katana Man. The revived Katana Man severely injures Aki. Himeno begs Power to help Aki, but Power refuses, saying she can't even see Katana Man's attacks. Desperate, Himeno offers her entire body to the Ghost Devil in exchange for its full power. The Ghost Devil accepts and fights Katana Man, overpowering him. As Himeno sacrifices herself, she reflects on Aki's kind heart, hoping he won't die and will cry for her. But as the Ghost Devil gains the upper hand, the mysterious woman summons the Snake Devil, which decapitates the Ghost Devil. Himeno disappears, leaving only her clothes behind. Akane uses the Snake Devil to defeat the Ghost Devil. Katana Man tells her that the fiend escaped, but Akane says their target is Chainsaw's heart, so they don't need to chase her. Suddenly, a hand from the Ghost Devil pulls Denji's cord, reviving him. Denji, now Chainsaw Man, jumps into battle with Katana Man, eager to fight bad guys. As they fight, Akane calls for backup. Though Katana Man gets help from two men, Denji manages to knock them down, taking one hostage. However, Katana Man swiftly cuts both Denji and his own comrade in half. Meanwhile, Makima, thought to be dead from an earlier ambush, unexpectedly stands up on the train. When she arrives at the Kyoto station, she informs her colleagues, Yutaro and Michiko, that she was shot, but it's not her blood on her. Inside the train, her attackers are found dead. Makima decides to handle the situation from Kyoto and asks for 30 convicts and a shrine at the highest point. The convicts are brought to the shrine where Makima uses a mysterious ritual to crush Katana Man's comrades, killing them one by one from afar. Akane suspects Makima is behind the deaths and orders her team to check again if Makima is alive. In the meantime, Katana Man and Akane see Kobeni, who earlier survived an attack that killed Hirokazu. Kobeni takes down Katana Man and wounds him, forcing Akane to retreat with him. Holding Denji, Kobeni apologizes for her earlier actions and reflects on how Hirokazu saved her before his death. She blames herself for everything and feels overwhelmed by the job, stating she plans to quit. Back in Tokyo, Makima arrives and meets Madoka, who informs her that almost all the human members of Special Divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4 have been killed. Due to the shortage, the divisions will merge under Makima's control. Madoka resigns, saying the division has become too dangerous. Before leaving, he asks how much of the situation Makima had anticipated, but she avoids answering, stating she can't discuss public safety's internal matters. Yutaro and Michiko confirm they're only there for a week as advisors, and Makima says it's a shame since Tokyo has great restaurants. Aki wakes up in the hospital with Denji and Power by his side. They argue over apples, with Denji refusing to give Power any because she ran away during the fight. Aki asks who survived from Division 4, and Denji tells him that only Kobeni and another member did, but the latter quit. Before leaving, Denji takes the basket of apples, but leaves one for Aki. Afterward, Aki asks the Curse Devil how much time he has left, and learns he has only 2 years. While lighting a cigarette, Aki recalls Himeno and starts crying. Denji returns to the room to get his manga and sees Aki crying, realizing he's grieving. Denji reflects on his lack of sadness over Himeno's death, wondering if he's lost his human heart. He decides to stop thinking about serious matters. Later, Denji and Power meet Makima, who introduces them to a new trainer, Kishibe, Himeno's mentor. Kishibe tests their responses to death and loyalty, and finding their answers fitting, begins their brutal training. He knocks them out repeatedly, explaining that since they can heal by drinking blood, he will keep killing them until they improve. At the hospital, Aki tried summoning the Fox Devil, but it refuses to appear due to overuse. Yutaro explains that Aki also has limited uses left with the Curse Devil and suggests Aki make a contract with a stronger devil. Aki refuses to quit, determined to avenge his family and friends. Meanwhile, Denji and Power are frustrated by Kishibe's intense training. Power suggests using their brains to outsmart him, so they come up with a plan. The next day, they wear glasses to seem smarter and attempt an elaborate ambush on Kishibe, but he easily defeats them again. Kishibe praises their effort, but points out their mistakes. Power used too much blood, and Denji failed to predict his attacks. Aki is taken to a special facility where devils are imprisoned. Yutaro reveals that to make a contract with a powerful devil, the price will be high. Aki is introduced to the future devil, who has made contracts with others in exchange for significant sacrifices, like half of their lifespan or major senses. Aki enters the cell of the future devil, who keeps repeating his catchphrase about the future. Ignoring him, Aki asks what the future devil wants in return for a contract. The future devil, noting Aki's bad attitude, asks to see Aki's future by having Aki put his head inside his gut. After Aki complies, the future devil laughs and says he'll live in Aki's right eye and grant him his power because Aki's future death is extraordinary. Aki doesn't want to hear about his future and tells the devil to enter his eye. Kishibe trains Denji and Power again, Afterward, he tells them they'll train less often and that they'll soon be in real combat against Akane and Katana Man. If they fail, Division 4 will be disbanded and Denji and Power will be disposed of for real. Denji jokes that if it comes to that, he'll spare Kishibe's life since he made him stronger. Later, Kishibe talks with Makima, saying he suspects she knew about the attack on the divisions. He doesn't care as long as she's helping humanity. Makima claims her goal is to save as many people as possible, and if the operation succeeds, Division 4 will be publicly recognized, giving them more freedom. Kishibe calls her a liar. At their hideout, Akane and Katana Man plan their next move. Akane mentions that there's no escaping Makima, and Katana Man reveals they have a secret weapon, an army of zombies created by people who couldn't pay their debts. Meanwhile, Yutaro questions Aki's plan to defeat the Gun Devil, doubting it's possible. He tells Aki he's rooting for him despite his frustrations. Makima meets with the yakuza boss linked to Katana Man. He claims the attack wasn't his order, and shows Makima a picture of Akane, explaining she's behind it and that they made a deal with the Gun Devil. Makima demands the names of everyone in the organization with a contract with the Gun Devil and from other families as well. The boss refuses, arguing that it would cause a gang war, which keeps foreign mafias out of Japan. Makima calmly reveals a bag filled with the eyes of their loved ones and offers to have them returned if he cooperates. One of the men tries to attack her but collapses when she stares at him, and she rejects his necessary evil excuse. The special division and police surround Katana Man's hideout. Kishibe instructs Aki, Denji, Power, and Kobeni to handle the terrorists while the police block the exits. Inside, members of Division 4, Beam, Violence Fiend, Spider Devil, and Angel Devil take down zombies. Aki eventually finds Akane, who summons the Ghost Devil to attack him. Using the Future Devil's power, Aki cuts through the Ghost Devil's arms, but the devil still manages to grab him by the neck. Akane orders the Ghost Devil to choke Aki to death. While Aki struggles with the Ghost Devil, he remembers a time with Himeno when she offered him a cigarette. When she realized he was a minor, she took it back, saying she'd save it for him when he was older. The Ghost Devil releases Aki and hands him a cigarette with "Easy Revenge" written on it. Aki pockets it, recalls that the Ghost Devil can only sense fear, and beheads it, telling Himeno he'll join her soon. Akane tries summoning the Snake Devil, but Kobeni stops her. Aki tells Kobeni not to kill Akane, and she explains she stayed in public safety for the bonus. Meanwhile, Denji and Power argue in an elevator, leading to Power loudly fighting zombies on her own. Denji, staying behind, eventually faces Katana Man. Katana Man blames Denji for killing his grandfather, but Denji explains the zombies used to be human. The two fight, and after a fierce battle, Denji defeats Katana Man using a chainsaw from his leg. After tying up Katana Man, Denji plans a nutshot tournament to get revenge for Himeno. Aki initially resists, but eventually joins in. The two take turns kicking Katana Man, wondering if Himeno can hear them. Makima later reveals that Akane made a contract with the Gun Devil and died due to her contract. Public safety seized Gun Devil flesh, and it began moving toward the Gun Devil itself. Later, Aki smokes the Easy Revenge cigarette on his balcony. Meanwhile, Denji dreams of a door he wants to open, but Pochita warns him never to open it.